Don't touch her like that.
Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a great day. In this reading vlog, we are going to be reading April new releases, and I am so incredibly excited for all the books that come out this month as well as next month. The publishing gods have blessed us in the reading community. So we are going to go start out with this video with a little trip to Barnes to grab the first book that we will be reading. Before that, I want you to go grab a little snacky, a little drinky, whatever your little heart's desire, and let's yap about some books. So Fearless, the first read of this video, and I'm so excited, but I ran into a little error, little brain fart. I thought they all were going to be pink, and I'm not like a huge fan of the red. So in my head, I was just like, while I was at Barnes, I was like, I'm gonna just get the red because whatever, it's not really like the end of the world. Well, I was on the phone with my mom. I was chatting with her about how I'm not like entirely in love with the red, and how our Target, when I checked online, didn't have the pink, and was like, let me check on Target Circle because I have that. And I was like, okay. And she was like, I can get it delivered to you by 4:30. I was like, cool, I want it. So now I have two. So now I'm gonna go return this one later this week to Barnes because I have the pink one. I just feel like this one looks very dead. This one looks very sad. I don't know why we have 17,000 different editions of every single book nowadays, but as I look at my bookshelf of all the different editions of books that I have, I'm just a girl, okay? I'm just a girl. I'm literally just a girl. Let's start reading, okay? Okay? Updated you in a minute. I don't know how to like word this other than I am going through a lot at the moment right now, and reading, it's very much taken a like step back in my priority and my want to do. At this time, I really just want to be like with my family. I lost someone very close to me this past week, and I just have not, I don't need to explain it, okay? I just haven't been in the good headspace. Death is like a touchy subject, and when you're reading a fantasy book, it is a subject that is brought up a lot. And it's like every other chapter is like, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Death, like, it's this character almost. I have been reading this very slowly. It's currently a week after this has released. Hope to read a little bit more this week. I'm enjoying it. I will tell you that. I like it. I just have like two things. I feel like I'm very disconnected from Peyton at the moment, like in her chapters. I don't know like if anyone else is experiencing this, but I feel like there's so much happening, but like when we get to her chapters, it's just descriptive, and it's just like what's going on, and it's nothing to do with like her emotions. That could be me just being spacey like in general, and like only reading it here and there, and like really just looking forward to Kai's chapters in general. So there's that, but also the amount of times that the word pretend is used I can't. It's like every other chapter, like every other page, the word pretend is used. And there's context behind that. Like if you read the other books, like there's context behind the word pretend. But for it to be used like constantly is a little much. So those are like my only two things that I'm not like about. But overall, I am enjoying it. I do like it. I'm gonna go read for a little bit. I got my cute little jammies on. It's definitely people mowing lawn right now, so I hope this audio is okay and the birds are chirping so loudly. We love that. But I just want to yap really quickly about Fearless. So I have been reading this for a hot minute, really what feels like forever, because I have been in like the biggest life slump sort of situation sort of thing, and that's okay. Life is happening and life gets in the way sometimes, you know, from reading. So that has literally been this. But I officially have like 54 pages left. And I don't know where this is gonna go. Something really bad just happened and I'm like sad. I had to actually set down the book for a little bit. There was a few clips of me like reading. I got to like a really sad part and I was just like, book is going down. I am not reading right this second. At this point in time, like this was the right book but like wrong time for me. And as soon as like stuff happened in my life, I probably should have put this on hold and tried to read something else, something more light and fluffy. But I didn't, and I wanted to stick it out, and it's definitely been a little hard for me to read just with the main topic of like death in this story. And unfortunately, like the stuff that's happening in my life involves death. I do think the way that it's going, it is definitely wrapping up the story in a way that I appreciate and I like and I love, and I think Lauren's doing it in like a great way. But when death is mentioned on like every single page or like every single chapter or every other page or whatever, like, yeah. So not to get like too into my personal life about what's going on, but this has just been a hard, like heavy book in my opinion, and it's not something that I needed at this moment, and that's unfortunate. It may hinder my rating of it, it may not. I do think it's a great book. It's beautifully written. Kai Absner in this book is just, and I love him so much. It's just, again, like just life. So I am going to finish this right now, hopefully before Peyton gets home. We'll see. If not, I'll probably finish it later, and I will give my update on it for you guys. In the meantime, I'm going to finish this. Oh, also I got my nails done too. They're so You might see this same clip for 2 books. I don't know how I'm gonna edit this yet, but we'll see. The birds are chirping very loudly, and I'm gonna try to stop whenever a car drives by, but we'll see. Hopefully you can hear me. I have my little yapping buddy here. He has been up my butt. Yes. So he's probably gonna chill with us for a sec. Really like this. I think I'm gonna give it like a 4.5 stars. I personally think that this was the right book but the wrong time for me. I wish that I soft DNF'd it when everything was happening in my life. It's just some topics in the book that would make me not want to read it and put it down here and there. So I wish that when everything happened I just closed it and like put it aside. I mean, because I was only reading like a chapter to 2 chapters like a day, if that. I do think it was a case of right book, wrong time for myself. I do think it was a great story. I do think it was a great way to wrap up the story. There was so much covered, so much happened in that book, and to seeing like the full circle moment of like all 3 of the series and the little ties that we get and the sobs that I had. I do think that there was points and times where I was like, this is a smidge too long, but also like Kai just made up for it. Kai being Kai. I loved Kai. I loved the entire banter of this entire book. Every single comment that Kai made. This man, I love him. I adore him. I will slowly recommend this series for Kai as her. Okay, I did have to get the audio in the middle of this because, like I said, with everything going on, reading was not my top priority, and I think that the audio helped me a lot too, just put pieces together. I do wish that we got a Kit POV. In Reckless we got Kit, but in Fearless we did not. So that was something that I wish that there was, because I just wanted more from him. Something was going on with him that I would have loved his like inner dialogue, if that makes any sense. I think that it was essential for the story, and it was essential in the other one. I do like the random POV that we did end up getting in this book. I think that helped, but again, I just wish that we would have gotten like all 4 of these POVs, you know, or notes from Kits here or there or something. I don't know. I just wanted more from him, or of the fact that if you read the book you would understand, and I just wanted to pick his brain. Oh, that was what I liked about Fearless. Again, 4.5 stars. I think it would have been a 5-star. Honestly, it probably is a 5-star. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? The whole series overall, 5-star. Yeah, I'm gonna give 5. I don't know. I liked it. Okay, hi. I wanted to give you a little update while I'm doing my makeup of The Perfect Divorce. I'm currently on chapter 15. It's about 30% into this book. I'll give you like a little brief synopsis of it because it is like the second book to The Perfect Marriage. In The Perfect Marriage, Sarah's husband cheats on her. The mistress ends up like dead. She ends up murdered. And Sarah's husband gets accused of it because he was with her, like laying with her in bed as she got murdered. So you, in the first book, you're following that story and what happens. And there's a bunch of like, I read that book so long ago, so I don't remember it like 100%, but I just remember twists and turns and just stuff that like wasn't right, you know? So obviously, as in a mystery book, that's what you follow in the first book. Well, now it's like years later. We're still following Sarah, but she is now married to one of the partners that she used to work with at her old firm, but she's now since like changed her job and everything. And she's still a lawyer, but like kind of like different. She's more helping people that like come out of jail on like probation. It's like, she calls it like charity work, but it's a little bit different, and like relocating them and everything like that. So that's Sarah's point of view. We're getting like multiple people's point of views in this. We're getting the new sheriff deputy of the little town where the girl was murdered in. And then we're also getting Bob, who is now Sarah's husband, but they're getting a divorce. And then we're getting this unknown POV. And we just that chapter I just read, find out who kind of the unknown POV is, we think. But, you know, it's a thriller, so like it's obviously gonna twist and turn. The book starts off with Sarah and Bob like sitting in an office trying to get a divorce. The sheriff that was on the case when the girl got murdered in the first book is now like no longer like the sheriff. He is no longer a cop. He's like an alcoholic. The sheriff unalives this girl while he's drunk driving, and it's coming back to some like loose ends that happened in like the first book. So there's a lot of like storylines happening right now, and I'm curious to see how all of them are going to like link up. But I know it's gonna be good. I didn't 100% love the first book. I think I just looked at my Goodreads review and I rated it like 4 stars, which I rate everything 4 stars. So we'll see. I really just wanted something fast-paced really quickly before I start A Great Big Beautiful Life, and I got this audio and I was like, might as well. And I love watching Geneva Rose's like TikToks. I wanted to give her another try. I think I read Homes Where the Bodies Are last year, which was a new book that she released, and that one was okay, but I am enjoying this one so far. I've read the first few chapters of it and now I'm listening to a little bit of it. So I'm curious to see how it's going to go and how many more like loops and turns that we are going to get. But I will keep you updated. Today is Independence Bookstore Day, so I am about to go and bop around a few little bookstores, so that's what I'm getting ready for right now. But I'm reading it during the day because I am home alone right now, and if I read this at night, I'm like probably gonna have a panic attack. So yeah. Anyway, I hope that I explained that good. I think I did. I think I explained pretty much like all the parts up until leading up where I'm at now. And I haven't read a thriller in a really long time because I always guess the ending. In the ending of The Perfect Marriage, I remember specifically like the last line of the book because it's so like mind-blowing, but it's also like not at the same time like if you saw it coming sort of thing. So I'm really curious how this one is gonna go. Whoa. That was graphic. Today I finished The Perfect Divorce. I have not read a thriller in a long time because I'm constantly always guessing whodunit. I fear that sometimes when I read that, I'm just so like observant, I guess you could say, and I pick up on this stuff like right then and there. I was reading Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn, and by chapter 3, I know who did it. And I was like, she wouldn't put that little snippet in the book if that person didn't kill that person. I did not guess anything really, kind of, a little bit. I had suspicions. I had like, okay, so I had suspicions on who potentially could have done it, but like they weren't like concrete because there was so much happening that I just felt like I couldn't concentrate on like one thing, if that makes any sense. Like it was very crowded. Like there was it's like it was a room. Each chapter followed a different character, and each character had their own storyline, that one or like two storylines that related to the original book and the original murder in the book, as well as like a new murder in the book, in the new book. But I really enjoyed the 4 point of views. I liked how it kept me on my toes. Like I really actually just wanted to keep picking it up, and I listened to the audio for it, as well as like hybrid read it. Majority listened to it. So like I would say like 75% of it I listened to, and like 25% I read myself. I liked that. Like I liked all the like the characters. One of the narrators kind of like annoyed me, but that's besides the point. On my toes. One thing about me, I don't like spicy. There wasn't like a spicy scene, but like a spicy like moment in a mystery or thriller book. A little like 5% like romance, a little situation happening in the book. It's hard to explain. Again, if you read it, you would know. I think I originally rated the first one 4 stars. I would probably give it like a 3.5, and I would probably give this one like a 3.5 to 4 stars too. I kind of like how it took the knots that were in the first book and like unraveled them into a different storyline, and how that Sarah, the female main character, just was badass and was thinking like 17 steps ahead of like every single person in the book. So I don't know how she did it, but she was pretty cool. She did annoy me at some points in time. From her husband's POV, she felt a little sus, but then when you get to her POV, it was like completely like different. Regardless, it was fun. To pick up the next read in this video. I barely recorded, like I just showed just a smidge of what I got, because there was like, for some reason, a ton of people in the toy section, like literally right behind the books. So that's okay. But I picked up Wild and Wrangled by Lia Sage, and I'm really excited to jump into a cowboy romance, to be honest with you. So we are going to read this next. Just wanted to give you a little update on Wild and Wrangled, because I have not updated you guys and I have been cruising through this. Let me just tell you, I'm currently on 265, so I have like little less than like 100 pages left. Enjoying this. This is kind of like what I needed right now at this like moment. I needed something brainless, something light, with something fluffy, something fun, and this is definitely delivering. It's short, it's sweet, the audio perfect. I love it. Where the story is going, I think is kind of cute. It's like second chance. Dated when they were kids, like in high school, and then grew apart, living in the same space, kind of like forced proximity, all that. So I love it. I'm obsessed with Dusty. For real, I love that man. I definitely enjoy this, and I will recommend this entire series. I personally like Elsie Silver's writing a little bit more, but Laya, amazing. Like, it's hard to compare all of them, but like when all the cowboy romances are like low-key merging into each other, there's that too. But it's fun. It's a great summer read, even though it like takes place majority like in the winter time. It's the light read that I needed, you know what I mean? So it like low-key took until like the last 100 pages ish for them to finally get together. So there's like a lot of build to it and like understanding the story, and also we get dual PV, eating that up, and we get flashbacks, eating that up. So we're about to, we just got like what happened to them when they were kids and how they like kind of like split off and how low-key kind of she got her daughter. I was hoping there was a little bit more, like there was a little more depth. Let's go read. I read Wild and Wrangled. I think that this pulled me out of the slump that Fearless kind of put me in, but it was also like a life slump, so like I can't even say that Fearless put me in it. Literally, I was like awakened when I read this book, and the sad part is I didn't love it as much as it did for like it pulling me out of my slump. It was a good book. I enjoyed it. I like the way that it wrapped up this series as well as Fearless, how I just felt the end of it was like a warm hug sort of thing. And the found family in this was just amazing. But I was getting confused for like a while because I completely forgot all the other people, all the other couples. That was a little thing, like I was lost here or there and I was like, wait, what couple was that? And I would have to like go and look at Goodreads to see which couple went with which book. And then I liked the epilogue at the end, I think was cute, or like the final epilogue. I love when romance series are like that, where you get little snippets of all the characters up until like the last book and then all of them are together in the last one. Dusty, I really enjoyed him. I think that he was a great male main character. He was just so caring, I felt like. But then I saw a TikTok and the girl was like, who thinks Dusty is a sexy name? And I'm like, you know what, I agree. It's not sexy at all. And she was like, I picture Dustin from Stranger Things. And I'm like, stop, because now that's all I can picture too. So yeah. Cam, on the other hand, oh, I did not like her at all. I sadly feel like she was way too dramatic. The little points that we got of the little girl, she was 7. They were like, oh, she's wise beyond her age. I'm like, no, she's 7. I know a 7-year-old and she does not talk like this. Like, so that kind of threw me off a little bit here or there. I did have fun with it, like literally these like critiques, and I'm like, I liked it. Like, ultimately, I just wanted like more depth from the characters. We kept getting these like POVs or like snippets from years prior, like when they first met and they were first in a relationship. I feel like there was like this big catalyst that messed up their relationship because she's like, I can't be with him because of our past. And you think that something like big and dramatic like happens. Literally, it was so minuscule. I just felt like it was so tiny. I was waiting for more. I was like, wait, I had to flip back and I was like, is that the only thing that happened? If I had to give a rating, I'd probably give it like 3.75. I don't like rating books, guys. Sorry, I don't like rating them. I either had a good time or I had a bad time. Or I had a good time, but it was a bad book. Or I had a really good time. That's how you tell if I like a book. If I had a really good time, if I yap about it, I liked it. Again, just wanted more depth. I feel like we were missing something. I feel like we were missing a lot of emotions and we didn't get it. Just finished chapter 1 and oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be back in another Emily Henry book. Oh, just the way that like she writes is just so beautiful. Like the pink door, the neon pink door, and the turquoise blue house, and like little premise, I feel like it's kind of like the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, like competing to tell a story, but I'm interested. I'm so excited, literally so excited to read this. Just wanted to give you guys a little update on A Great Big Beautiful Life. I currently am on chapter 8. Last night I turned on like a little ambiance and I was reading for a little bit. We're currently up north at the cabin. Yay. It's been raining like on and off all day today, so I was going to read, but it might just be me, but I have this thing where I cannot read during the day. No matter how hard I try, I can never read during the day. I don't know if it's because I feel like I could be doing other stuff, using my time more wisely, I guess you could say, but whenever I try to read during the day, I just get sidetracked. I got to the first like story time last night about Margaret's life. Alice is gonna do like a tell-all of like Margaret's life. She went like back to like her, I think it was her great-grandfather or her grandfather and his story. I'm sure it's gonna have like a lot of like depth to the rest of the story. This is going to be a lot of fun to read, and I'm going to love like the little bits and pieces that we do get. I do wish, I don't know, I'm sure we'll get some more maybe, but I do wish it was kind of like interview style, but I guess we'll see, because she was kind of interviewing her at the same time. I've heard everyone saying that book is like 80% mystery and 20% romance, and I don't know if it's just because of like the romantic in me. I feel like the romance has like a huge part of it at like the beginning, like within the first 70 pages. Like it's like that yearning, like that, like, oh, like is there gonna be a romance? Is something gonna blossom between these two characters? Like obviously they're rivals, they're competing for like the same story, so like obviously they're gonna fall in love, and I like that aspect of it. But at the same time, I'm like, everyone keeps saying that it's 20% romance, and I'm like, am I just imagining like the tension between these two right now? Also, look at Peyton bought me flowers that match the book. Isn't that so cute? Okay guys, this ankle is so random, but I wanted to sit on the chair. I was sitting on the chair, and I wanted, like, the backdrop just looks really pretty outside. Let me, hold on. It's like raining, but then I come in here and I look like, it looks like this to focus this. So I'm just gonna move it down a little bit so it focuses on me. So I wanted to give you an update on A Great Big Beautiful Life. I'm currently 50% into this. Ordered the UK edition from Blackwell's because it was just so pretty that I needed to like have it. Random. The island that they're staying on is called Little Crescent Island, and I keep calling it Little Caesars. No idea. It's just in my head, it's Little Caesars. So I've been trying to like imprint it in my head. I have a theory. Sadly, I have a theory. I can't say it because it will spoil the book, and I'm not gonna try to include spoilers in this, but I have a theory and I fear it's right. So basically there's two writers that are writing Margaret's story. We're trying to figure out why Margaret decided now to share her story, and I think I like figured out why. And I'm kind of sad, but I'm trying to like push it from my brain and being like, no, we're not having theories. Like I saw Haley Pham do this the other day and she's like, it ruins books for me. Yeah, it does. It ruins books. Like it literally ruins it for me, because then I'm like, I guess this. And the amount of times that I guess stuff too, and I'm like, no, this can't be happening. I'm very invested in this story. I'm very invested in Margaret's story and where it's gonna go, but also like Alice's story with Hayden and their like potential like love mesh that's going on. And I love how we just get like so many different storylines. My last little point is, why is Margaret lying? From the very beginning, she's lying. Like that's not like a spoiler, but like why? And that like goes into my like theory that I first mentioned. I know why. And I really don't want that to be the reason. I need to stop thinking about it. I need to. Also, do you guys like my shirt? I heart Kai Azar. I should have wore this earlier in the video when I was reading Fearless, but I didn't. I needed a cozy shirt today. This is from Enlightened Soul Co. I'm gonna read. Alright, it is time to officially review Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. This was the fourth book in this reading vlog, and I truly adored this. There is something about an Emily Henry book that just brings me so much joy. One of the authors that actually got me out of that like lifelong reading slump that I was in since like middle school, high school time frame. The storyline that we follow is so fun. I wouldn't say it's necessarily like unique. It's unique to this story and it's unique to Emily Henry. It has low-key been done before. I think I'm gonna rate this 5 stars. 5 stars. Because it's an Emily Henry book. Obviously, all of her books alter my brain chemistry in a complete, like, beautiful way. I love the concept of it. I loved getting little stories, the little story chapters, and I loved how far back into Ives' family history that we went to and through. I feel like that was really fun and unique to this story. I loved the relationship of Hayden and Alice. Hayden and Alice's storyline was just adorable, and I loved how they were kind of like enemies, but she also like likes his writing, knows about him, and he knows like nothing about her. I will say that I wish we got more of their romance. We did get a lot. We got a lot. I feel like we got a decent amount of romance from this, and I think it like was perfect. You go through the entire book and you're like, Alice and her mom have like a weird relationship, and then at the end I feel like it kind of like was a little anticlimactic of why they have a weird relationship, but at the same time I did cry. Her and her mom are having a conversation. I did sob. It was just something that was talked about so much you would have thought that it would have been bigger, and my theory was right, but it was wrong at the same time. I never told you guys my theory, and I can't tell you my theory. But if you've read this and finished it, message me and we can talk about my theory, because I actually was shocked. My theory was right, but in a twist, in a twisted way. So I did like that, and I will say that she caught me off guard just a little bit. Enjoyed this a lot. The like first, I would say like 100 pages had me like hooked. I was so invested. I fell off a little bit between like 200 and 300-ish pages. But then like towards the end, I was like really curious how it was gonna go and how it's gonna play out. I think it was such a fun and beautiful story, to be honest with you. I will say, and this might be controversial, I think it's better than Happy Place. Only because I didn't relate to Happy Place at all and the characters in Happy Place. And I don't know like my true official ranking. My top are like, and not in any order either, Beach Read and Funny Story. And people, see, all of them are just good. I can never rank them. Like, people are like have their tier rankings. I can't rank them because they're all good, but I can tell you that Happy Place is probably one of the bottom ones. I really liked Book Lovers. I really would like to do a reread. I have this video concept idea, and like let me know if you guys would like to see it, of rereading like all Emily Henry books as like a little summer like reading vlog. I feel like could be cute. I wish I was going somewhere like a little coastal like beach town and I could like read them. Maybe I will just read them. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you have a great day. I hope you enjoyed watching me read April's new releases and enjoying them and giving you my reactions to them and my thoughts and feelings and how I liked all of the books that I've read. Just to recap, we read Fearless, Wild and Wrangled, The Perfect Divorce, and Great Big Beautiful Life. Oh, I cannot wait to film my May new releases vlog. I may have already started it, and this is the first one, just a little sneak peek. So I don't know when you'll be getting that, but you will be getting it soon, I hope, fingers crossed. Yeah, thank you so much for watching today. Thank you so much for sticking to the end. I hope you have a great day. I hope you enjoyed your great big beautiful life. We'll see you in the next one. Peace, baby.